and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of OnThree podcast. I'm one of your co-hosts, Kazi, aka KB. We got Salvi, aka Teddy, and we have Naveed, aka... Fuck, we still haven't thought of a name.
Nav.
I thought that was your homework.
I know. I thought of Navitsky's, Navwinder.
Big nose Nav.
That's the part that gets edited out.
Nosy Nav. Nosy Nav. I like that.
Yeah, the double N.
I don't know.
How y'all been?
Busy. The weekend was wild because unfortunately, sad to say, we're relocating our offices over at Preeminent Marketing. So that being said,
Plug 3 weeks in a row. Let's go.
until you start charging me for the ads, right? Yeah. But that being said, relocating offices, exciting stuff. But while I was relocating, saw something in the news, and I know you guys messaged me about it too. It was...
WeWork filed for bankruptcy.
I thought they already filed for bankruptcy. What the flip is all that about?
Well, it's official now.
It's official now, yep.
Yeah.
What happened?
So it's very interesting. I mean, do you guys know the story of WeWork? And how it grew to like, I think almost 48 billion valuation.
Yep.
And this was back in like, around like 2019 when it was like the peak of like...
Yep. Pre-COVID, I think.
When interest rates were like real low, almost close to zero. And yeah, they grew up to 48 billion.
Okay.
And then they thought, okay, it would be a good idea to IPO. And this is when their CEO used to be Adam Newman. So
Crazy guy.
He's a very charismatic guy. I don't know if you guys, so there's actually a whole ass show about WeWork called We Crashed on Apple TV, I think, right?
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto and Hathaway. So it's like a lot of big names on the show. Sick show too.
Okay.
So basically, yeah, so they filed for it. So they decide they're going to IPO.
Okay.
And obviously when you IPO, you got to release all your financials,
Correct.
show all your books.
Correct.
And that's when people looked at the books and were like, yo, this doesn't make sense. Because what WeWork was doing, they were expanding way too rapidly, taking on all these long-term leases and basically their liability was huge.
Correct.
Because their whole business model was, okay, we're
monthly subscriptions.
We're going to offer flexible options to people who want to come into the office once in a while.
Yep.
And we're just going to rent out like long-term, like 10-year leases from
No.
landlords.
My friend. 50-year leases.
Oh, really?
50-year leases.
Holy.
Yes, sir. Bro, when I had the option to go to one of those places, and I was like, this doesn't make sense. And you're competing with IWG. The biggest. Regis is international, 11,000 locations. Again, why am I promoting Regis when I'm leaving?
So I actually have never been to a WeWork. Have you?
There's a few in Toronto, right? I think.
Once.
There's a few in Toronto, yeah. How was it?
You know what it is, bro? It's very... It's a young vibe. It's like you go in there and you're there to work, but let the parties begin because they got beer, alcohol, they got the whole coffee, espressos, everything under the sun is available at that place. And I think it's hip, it's modern music going on. But personally, I like to feel like I'm in an office environment when I go to work compared to, I know you probably like the whole startup thing.
I do, yeah. I think what the vision was there. I think the vision was good. I think it's a new age because millennials don't like suiting up to go to work and shit like that. You want to be casual. You want to go. You want to meet people. You want to have some fun.
Okay.
Have beer on tap
But I think with the way you're describing it, do you think it was always meant to go down?
So it started off as a great. It's a great vision, great idea, and basically what I think happened is Adam Newman, and it's also portrayed in the show really well by Jared Leto, but he basically got a little too ambitious for his own good, and so they start. And he was his biggest investor was SoftBank. Adam Newman somehow managed to also charm. I think it was the CEO of SoftBank.
Yep.
And so he also poured billions of funds into this, believing in this vision. But basically what Adam Newman was doing was pitching it as like the software tech company.
Correct.
But in reality, what WeWork was is nothing. It's just a real estate company. It wasn't a tech company.
Yep.
Right. So basically, then what happened was during the IPO, everyone realized there's a lot of liabilities. This is not a good business model. Shit's gonna hit the fan, and so people obviously started questioning it.
Yep.
And that's when basically a bunch of shit happens. Adam Newman gets basically booted.
Correct.
So he's
Wait. But you know the way he got booted, though? I think he walked out pretty clean.
he
Got his
Oh,
payday
bro,
and
he
he walked
got
out
his
really
billions.
nicely. And then he made another startup.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, maybe there's an opportunity to collaborate with WeWork. I forgot what his other startup was about.
He had
though.
crazy ideas. Not only when he was during the heyday of WeWork,
Correct.
he was like going in so many different directions. So he wanted to start this school, or he actually did start this school. It's called We Grow. It's like preschool. It's like an alternative education kind of the way he believes, like kind of a hippie education school.
It's always these crazy ones that get billions in fundings. And us normal guys, sir, $1 billion. No. Yeah, I'm going to take my office to the moon. Oh, bro. $10 trillion in funding. Fucking annoying.
But sometimes you gotta be crazy to build something to that level.
Brother.
But I think that's what's going on.
Hold
right
on,
now.
hold on.
No.
Sometimes you gotta be crazy. Yo, 20 people to start a landing page. He's gonna be.
That number inflated by 5 more people since last week. I'm just putting that out
That's
there.
what I'm trying to get the crazies in.
No, but I think with WeWork was one of the main things that I think contributed to his downfall was, look, this is a company that was created after 2008. It didn't face an economic downturn. That's why it was prospering to the way it was,
For
at
sure.
least on paper, until things really came out.
Yep.
And then obviously the COVID environment shaped it as well. You know those leases that you talk about?
Yep.
They had to obviously those leases that were up for renewal, and they had to renegotiate them. And I think they were up 3 to 5 times fold to probably what they were before.
So they renegotiated them. So basically,
guess
once
what?
Adam Newman got booted,
Yep.
they brought in a new CEO,
Correct.
and I think that CEO basically specialized in like real estate restructuring deals like that. And so he restructured a lot of these deals, and so the plan he put in place was actually a good one. And with his leadership, was supposed to kind of get back on track, but then COVID hit.
Yep.
And obviously, when COVID hits, no one's using
Well,
office
that's
space.
the interesting part. I'll give you this. While COVID was happening, the real estate landscape at Regis was wild. It was literally, bro, no one was coming in. They weren't selling much. And it was just like the office environment was gone. People didn't have money. And that also parlays into the other topic I want to talk about, which is real estate as a whole during COVID was wild.
Oh, yeah.
Holy snap.
There was this thing, I forgot the terminology that was used to describe these types of companies, especially in the tech field, but it's all about valuation. So back in the day, people operated a business for, profit.
Yeah.
Correct.
Now it's all about valuation, where a lot of things are
build a new
subscription-based.
unicorn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but as a result of that, things aren't necessarily for profit. It's to showcase how much volume we're creating in terms of customers, but that does not necessarily equate to, dollars.
You think that's crazy? Back in the day, people would make all this money and they would come to the stock market to basically raise more money. Now there's so much money available in the private markets that you don't even need to IPO. IPO is literally a way for people to run away. Back in the day, people would IPO, and you know what they would do? They would IPO to raise money publicly. And now there's so much money available in the venture markets. There's so much money available in
But
seed
not
rounds.
not in this market though.
Not in the current market.
Not in the current
Why?
market.
Because of
There's a reason haven't been many big IPOs of the past year. Or
For
two.
sure.
When
No,
did the interest rate hike start?
almost 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm trying to get at is they would create it, get billions in funding, and then they would go IPO. And for example, the Uber guy, he literally sold out his shares, took all his money onto the next.
Yep.
And now the shareholders are left with the bag. And it happens
much.
more times than none.
Yeah. But you know what? The thing is, there's bankruptcy though from WeWork. So there are certain kind of bankruptcies where companies file for
Chapter
bankruptcy.
7 or Chapter 13. Go
Where they just like shut down operations
Correct.
and go. But WeWork's actually not going
Out of business.
Out of business.
They're just restructured.
They're just so I think there's apparently this benefit bankruptcy filing for bankruptcy has this unique benefit.
Yep.
Where you can basically cancel all your leases and you don't have to pay them. So the landlords get fucked. But WeWork is basically going to use this as an opportunity to cancel all these a lot of these long-term leases where they're not making any money.
Wow.
And basically come back from there. So WeWork is using this as an opportunity to basically get rid of their
You know
bad
who's
debt.
good at that?
Yeah.
You know who was good at that? Good old, what is it? The 46th president of the United States, is it? Donald J. Trump. He was an amazing negotiator.
Uh-huh.
I literally read a part of Donald J. Trump's strategy, which was wild. He would literally, when he asked for money, obviously with super confidence, we're going to make the Taj Mahal, we're going to make it great, yada, yada, yada. His whole spiel about America, about Taj Mahal. You know, the one in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
So he single-handedly destroyed Atlantic City. That whole strip.
Destroyed in what way?
Financial banker. Bro, Taj Mahal, I think he spent like $1 billion building that casino.
It's basically a bootleg Vegas.
Yeah. So he tried to replicate it. He was unable to do it. But that being said, what ended up happening is he basically had to file for bankruptcy. And when he went into those negotiations, he literally was so confident with the bankers. He's like, bro, do you want your money? Yes, we do. Okay. Well, the only way you're going to get your money is if you restructure these deals. And he restructured every single one of them. I mean, great businessmen, sad to say, but they filed for bankruptcies multiple times.
Yeah. Anyways, so it's going to be interesting to see where WeWork goes next.
Mm-hmm.
I still want to go to WeWork. Seems like a fun place to work.
Oh, my God. Do you think the Toronto ones are profitable? The Toronto WeWorks?
I mean, I know like at my last workplace, they did use WeWork for a lot of the teams.
Okay.
They used to work out of WeWorks. And I know a lot of big companies. Sometimes
well,
they
you
put
know,
their teams
it's
into
just
work.
the beauty of being in and out within a month is something else, like the month-to-month leases. And obviously in the environment, it's amazing as well. And I think people just like fresh, new blood. But that being said, forget WeWork's bankruptcy. Did you guys carry cryptocurrency?
Yes.
Which ones?
It's on the up again.
That was for the first 5 hours of the day. I was at work today, and then people were like, "Oh my God, Ethereum went up like 10%."
Yeah.
Check back at 2 p.m. down 10%.
Yeah. No, I'm not going anywhere near that again.
Nope.
Out of curiosity, because I mean, we've been friends. We've talked about this offline, so maybe talk about it online.
Yeah.
How has the stock market treated you guys?
Let's take this conversation offline. Well, simple, not so simple.
Let's just say some people believe in buying high, selling low. Okay?
Daddy.
We're not advertising anything here. We don't offer financial expertise, but we have. What is it? Buying high, selling
Please
low.
listen to that financial advice. Buy high, sell low.
Yeah.
That's the motto.
Oh man. Well, you've been away for a minute, but what's your thought? Are you gonna come back to it? The stock market?
I've been away for a minute. Well, I'll be honest. I did short the S&P 500.
Mm-hmm.
When was this?
I think it was like a year ago, and I was like 3 months too late. My options expired, but if I was right, I was gonna make a good chunk of change, just like if anyone else was right. A lot of people are like, oh, what if I did it? But that being said, today I actually got an interesting text from, I would say, one of the top producing salespeople at Honda. This guy moves a lot of cars. His name's Abdul. He's like a young brother to me, super successful at what he does. But that being said, he messaged me saying, hey, isn't it a good time to buy McDonald's and Starbucks? And I basically approached the conversation. I'm like, yo, listen, first of all, not financial advice. I don't want anyone following this or listening to this. We only got, like 30 viewers? If one of y'all fuck up, my bad.
Buying high, selling low. That's all that matters.
I mean, they've been down recently, right? Because of all
because of all the,
on.
yeah. I think they're like 10, 15. I don't know how many percentage off, but he told me, he's like, hey, what are your thoughts about this? I'm like, look, if it's down already, I predict, and again, I'm predicting, this is not financial advice, and I want to clip this for myself. 6 months to 1 year from now, the stock market's going to be down at least 25%.
Oh,
25%.
I'm telling you.
brother, been waiting
What
for it to come
intel
back
have
up.
you been getting from freaking
okay.
the World Health Organization?
Yo, but you know what's wild? People don't know about this. There's literally a website called Datarama, Dataroma. Everyone should follow it. All the top investors, David Tapper, Michael Burry, everyone's portfolio is mentioned there, what they're trading, what they're not trading. And I'm saying that within 6 months to a year from now, you're going to see that drop. That's when you buy the Nikes, the Starbucks, the McDonald's, the Costco's, the Walmarts, the Amazons. And I'm telling you, you're gonna be some.
So here's my
Please.
financial philosophy.
Please.
After having incurred a few,
Significant wins.
Yeah. Buy high, sell low.
Let's hear the philosophy. I actually thought about that, but go ahead.
So my philosophy is unless it's a world where you're actually trying to be completely invested into,
Correct.
which is like the financial markets,
Yep.
following everything, following all the signals, understanding every company and all that, which a lot of people are good at. But I feel like a lot of people on the outside who are not good at it haven't had the necessary training required, or kind of like the understand the markets properly. But they see that, oh, this person made I don't know, like $100,000 in Bitcoin, or that person made so much money on whatever Neo or
GameStop,
AMC. and they just like try to go get on the bandwagon and then end up losing. A lot of people actually end up losing their life savings.
Yep.
When you do that,
Bro,
And
how about let's talk about that penny stock, IIND or INND.
Infamous.
Oh my Lord! Everyone and their cousin, INND, new earpiece, new this, new
bro,
that.
there are so many like gurus. They're like, oh, like if you follow my trades, you're gonna make money. This, that. Oh,
Hello,
I made like $100,000 of my trades. Yeah,
I was the victim. I paid $4,000.
yeah, and
Worst idea ever, guys. Don't ever think about this.
yeah,
shit.
do not. And I think and not advice, but I'm just saying this is the philosophy I follow, is that
Correct.
just put your money into ETFs
Okay.
that follow us, like whether it's S&P 500
Yep.
or NASDAQ or like some sort of like diversified portfolio,
Okay.
and just keep it there for the long term. Don't try to day trade. Don't try like any of that. This is again, if it's not something you're doing professionally and you really understand it. If you're someone from the outside, just put your money into ETFs. Over the long run, those are gonna be what give you the most return. Like you're gonna get like 10 to 12% return. But guess what? If you invested into individual stocks, that maybe 1 year you'll have a 50% return, while the next year you'll have a 40% loss, and your net is still going to be 10%. So I'd rather not deal with that stress. I'd rather not have to.
What do you think a healthy return per annum is?
I mean, it depends on the market, right? As long as you're beating the market, I think
Okay.
you just beat the market, right?
Okay.
If you're investing into an ETF,
Yep.
that's beating the S&P 500, or even if you just invest into S&P 500, that's over the long run going to get you more. Like if you look at historical trends, S&P 500, if you had just invested into that, probably gets you more return than investing into real estate.
You know
in
what's
bonds.
annoying though?
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. They do not teach this enough in schools. Like, what's a GIC?
You know, funny enough, they've
Yep.
actually started incorporating some of this stuff at the elementary level. Like my brother, he's in grade 5 or
Okay.
6, and they've actually taught the concept of financial literacy and saving money, what spending money means, things we didn't have. So
It's a
decent
good start. It's a good
Yeah.
start.
Yeah.
It's a good start. What happened to your?
Oh, whoa! What's up with your wrist?
Why is there a cast on?
Yeah, you didn't have that last, huh?
Sprained it.
You sprained your wrist.
Are you
Yeah.
trying to get attention, or did you actually?
No, I actually did sprain it.
How?
Doing-
Why would I be wearing this?
Wait, doing what?
Boxing.
Boxing.
Yeah. Didn't I mention it to you guys?
You didn't tape it up?
So yeah, I was. Unfortunately, I thought I was invincible, and I also got too lazy to.
The brown Rocky over here.
No, so what happened is like I went to my class a bit late, and I'm like, okay, like I can either spend the next 5 because taping up, like wrapping up,
Yeah. 10
it
minutes.
takes a while. So yeah, I was like, okay, it's gonna take me too long. I'm just gonna glove up and go in, and yeah, I started punching too hard. My wrist did not like that, and
What were you punching? A person or a bag?
yeah, I mean, when you're training with someone, you're basically there's someone who's holding pads.
Oh,
basically, and
okay.
you're just Going,
Yeah.
just going back and forth.
Okay.
But yeah, I punched, and then I felt like a sharp pain on my wrist,
Oof.
and I'm like, I can either pussy out right now and just like leave, or I can continue.
Uh-huh.
So my dumbass continued,
I see.
and so I sprained it even worse. And then
Invincible Teddy over here.
and then yeah, I came out of it. I couldn't move my wrist or haven't put any weight on it.
Damn.
And then I had to so now I'm wearing this brace.
See, oddly enough, that story just made me remind of Logan Paul. Celebrity influencer, goes into boxing, and now he's what?
Oh,
United States Championship.
Yeah.
in WWE.
That is crazy.
You know what's surprising though? He's a great athlete.
He's a tremendous athlete. So a bit of inside Triple H. Yeah, that guy that used to wrestle. So long story short, he's the CEO of WWE. And he
Because
said,
they all amalgamated, right? UFC and
that's correct. Yeah.
WWE?
So there's a
Okay.
parent company that now both owns UFC and WWE. So
Okay.
Dana White and Vince McMahon are essentially best friends.
Damn.
but
yeah,
I heard Vince retired.
yeah, Vince was forced to retire.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Like
There was-
actually, or is that like a storyline?
well, he resigned because there was certain allegations that were presented against him.
Okay.
yeah.
Is it like the sexual allegations or what?
That's correct. Though alleged from, I believe, a former employee that was in the WWE.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know enough about it to comment on it.
But you know
Exactly.
what's weird? So many CEOs, even Wynn Resorts, that CEO back in the day, same thing. He had to resign because he actually paid someone off.
Damn.
Hush money.
I'm surprised Dana White doesn't have any controversies against him.
I'm pretty sure he has.
Really?
I mean, the only thing controversial about Dana White is the fact that Jake White. No, sorry, not Jake White. Jake Paul. Yeah, he keeps
Logan
calling
Paul's
him
brother.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but not paying his fighters enough.
exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, speaking of Logan Paul,
Mm.
yeah, he's done some shady stuff in the past. But the fact that you can go from being a YouTuber, or not even from a Viner to a YouTuber, to then getting
Wow.
into boxing.
Hold on, he was in TV shows before that.
He was in some TV shows.
Yeah.
I mean, his brother was in.
Yeah,
TV
both
shows,
of them
actually.
Disney.
Both of them. Yeah, Disney.
No, I think his brother was on Disney. I think Logan was.
Yeah,
on
Jake
Disney.
was on Disney.
Jake
sorry.
was on Disney.
Yeah.
But I mean, so you go from a Viner to a YouTuber to basically the full-time YouTuber, then getting canceled over like his Japan video, and then from there becoming a boxer, becoming a legit boxer, fighting KSI, to then starting a drink company with him, which is one of the biggest
Globally.
global prime energy drinks slash electrolyte drinks out there. And from that to go into WWE and actually looking like he belongs,
Yeah.
and he obviously he has a
And then he also
US
has a talk
championship.
show.
and a
Impulsive.
podcaster.
Advertises at the #1 podcast in the world. Impulsive.
soon to be number 2, but
Us
Maybe a bit
three
too quick.
brown boys. Oh my god.
No,
but
that-
no, but that is actually crazy. It's that cross-platform entertainer. I think
Very few can do.
very few can do. He's
very
definitely-
few can do it well. See, that's the thing. Now, a lot of people are open to the concept of it. So there's people, dwindling around in
Yep.
different industries. But
Yep.
I would say he's a trailblazer in what he's done. The pathway
Absolutely.
that he's created.
Yep.
I'm not a fan of him. I'm just letting you know. I don't know, but if you guys know, but shout out to CoffeeZilla again. But bro,
Oh yeah, the
on.
Crypto Zoo scam.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
No matter what you tell me,
Yeah.
man, he's shade. I don't like that guy at all. And
I don't know. I think
Okay.
he tried to make money. Obviously,
For sure.
I don't think he ever wanted to fuck anyone over while doing it.
Did you watch the CoffeeZilla video?
I did. I mean, he definitely made a lot of good points,
Okay.
but I think Logan was just more naive than had any bad intentions.
That being said, I mean, okay, fine. You're managing, you're overseeing, but when you're the CEO of something, you're held accountable.
That's true. That's true.
Right? So you don't know isn't a good.
Yeah. So speaking of CoffeeZilla, you talk about him a lot.
Huge fan.
Well, I mean that. I got a list. Don't you have a list of YouTubers you go to? I got a go-to list. I'll tell you my go-to list. CoffeeZilla, which I don't know why he's not posting so much. CoffeeZilla, Ben Mala, Johnny Harris.
Okay.
He's well. Who else? Holy snap! There's a huge list. Trent Drizzle, Andy Elliott, Ben Mala, as I've mentioned, Bradley. There's a list. Grant Cardone. I mean, I'm definitely into sales, a little bit of that multifamily real estate stuff, and then some scams. That's
Some scams.
Just ended up nicely. Some scam.
there's nothing more entertaining than catching a scammer. And the reason why is, no, I'll tell you this, because he starts off with such confidence. I will make you a multi-millionaire in 30 days. Like, for example, when they caught, what's that guy's name? Wolf of Wall Street.
Jordan
Jordan
Belfort.
Jordan Belfort. Even he has a podcast or some
He
sales podcast. Yeah, or some sales thingy.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yes, he's back at that stuff again. It's very annoying.
Put a mic in front of anyone's face and they think there's somebody, eh?
Yeah, we're looking at you.
Wait, I'm
No, I'm looking. It was supposed to be a joke on the three of us.
Yes, exactly. I know because we
Anyways.
have a mic.
Oh, okay.
It just flew over my head.
I that. Okay, I didn't understand the roast.
I was just roasting us, bro. To think that we're, because we have a mic in front of our face.
Yeah.
You know,
But we have an opinion. We have a right to opinion. It's a
Exactly.
democratic country.
yeah, exactly.
Okay. Do you want a fucking what's that thing? A communist country? Would you like that?
No.
Okay.
I'm
So how
good
about
at-
yeah?
I'm good-
So
I'm
how
good with
about
my
you
capitalism.
keep? There you go. So take. Okay, 15 people to do a startup over here is fucking. Anyway, that being said, but yeah.
Who are your favorite YouTubers? Or do you have any?
So they're not individuals.
Well, before that,
Yes.
how about you let everyone know that you just got on? This guy didn't have social media for like what 30 years.
Are we okay to talk about that? For
Yeah.
what? 30 years? Yes, I did just get an Instagram account.
Hey.
Finally. I can finally send him memes, bro.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
For the
so
longest time, I would have to send him the link or screenshot it and send him to him on WhatsApp or text. So annoying.
that is one benefit. I feel.
Do you know how disconnected you were from the world?
No, I was just 2 days late. Everything you guys would see, I would see on Snapchat and Facebook. It would just be 2 days late.
Too private. Facebook.
Bro,
Trying to stay more grounded.
you know when I knew Facebook was over? Is when my mom sent me a Facebook request. I'm like, no. Oh my god. Has your mom sent you a Facebook request?
Yes.
Oh my god. Bro,
But I do have them, though.
absolutely.
There's a reason I don't post on Facebook anymore.
Like that's when you knew it's ready to go to Snapchat.
Yeah.
You know what I really thought was gonna do substantially well but didn't? Threads.
Verdict's still out.
Yeah, too early
Really?
to judge, maybe.
Yeah, it's too early to judge.
Threads?
We have to see how far Elon Musk goes with imploding Twitter.
That's basically what it is. The success of Threads is contingent upon how well or does,
Yeah.
where X goes, essentially.
Okay, so his whole philosophy is he wants what he had anticipated for PayPal to be at one point is what he's gonna make X.com.
Yep. And everything app, right? That's what he. So recently, actually,
It's like a WeChat, I think.
yeah, it's called WeChat. Yeah, I mean, he has a vision for it, and Elon Musk usually is able to achieve his vision. But I don't understand why it's a good thing to rename Twitter. Like that brand value, that brand recognition. Like it's a verb. People say I'm tweeting. Like, what do
we
you guys say
now?
now?
Are we Xing? Oh. Jinx.
Oh my
It just sounds so nutty. But
Oh my god. Oh.
Teddy get turned on by Elon.
Oh my god. I can't believe.
no, but you know what it is? Apparently, Elon Musk bought that domain a long time ago, and he's been keeping it in his back pocket just to use it at some point.
And out of all
X.com.
things, he used it on a platform called Twitter.
yeah.
But you know what it is? I'm telling you right now. I think what he wanted to do is Twitter. When you think of Twitter, you don't think of an everything platform. When you think of Twitter, you associate with social media. I think what he's doing with X is
Rebranding it?
Exactly. And I think that brand value has no brand value to him.
But he could have done it in a way like how Facebook kind of did it. It's Meta, but under Meta you have Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, whatever else.
You think I think it stops at a certain point. Certain people don't understand what meta.
I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see. He is pushing towards AI now. XAI. They just recently released Grok. It's called.
Okay.
Have you guys heard of it?
No, I haven't. And enlighten us, Mr.
So
Tech Teddy.
Teddy Tech.
Teddy, sorry,
There
Teddy.
you
Tech,
go.
Teddy.
Get it right.
okay.
You know how there's TED Talks? There's gonna be Teddy Talk.
That could be a whole.
Yo, are you gonna tell people what happened in what everyone in your little basketball league there calls you now? Teddy.
Oh yeah, like after you.
Bro, you know what's annoying? When he says the joke, then you say it back to me. What the heck?
Yeah, after you gave me that nickname, now people start calling me Teddy.
Really?
I actually did not know people are listening to this podcast, but I guess they are.
Mr. High Up Podcast over here is refreshing the beat.
I thought all the 50 views were from me, bro.
Yo, changes his IP address.
But no, I'm glad at least a few people are listening.
That's cute.
But yeah, anyway, so XAI,
Okay.
Elon Musk just recently released his AI, LLM, large language model. It's called Grok. And basically it's a competitor to ChatGPT by OpenAI, which obviously, as you guys know, over the past year has pretty much revolutionized the world, and is going to continue to do so. We're moving closer and closer to a world where general intelligence or general AI is becoming more of a possibility. And I think it's exciting. A lot of people, including Elon Musk, think it's scary. And so it's kind of ironic how he has been on Elon Musk has been on the forefront of kind of sounding the alarms, sounding the alarm of like AI doomsday kind of.
Yep.
He's been talking about it for years now, about the dangers of AI. And now he's almost at the forefront of also bringing AI to people. So his differentiator from ChatGPT apparently is that Grok is going to be funnier. It's going to provide wittier responses, and it's going to be uncensored. So it's not available to everyone yet. A few select users have it. So I haven't really got to test it out. But it's going to be interesting to see when we finally get access, how it compares to ChatGPT and stuff. Have you guys used ChatGPT, by the way?
Yep. You got us to subscribe to it, man. I need that.
No, that's an interesting point, though. You talk about how he's been at the forefront of AI, but he's also the one advocating for,
Against it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But do you think there's a potential space there for, government interventions and how they...
Absolutely. It's AI.
Do you think that's on them? Because if you think about it, like all the companies that are quote unquote pushing through AI, they don't have much incentive on, advocating or
for AI regulation.
Exactly, right?
Yeah, they don't. I mean, if you think about it, all the power, if AI keeps going the way it is,
Okay.
where you have one or two or three powerful models, and everyone's using their services, you're gonna have two or three companies who are
monopoly,
monopoly, and they're also extremely powerful. They have the whole world's knowledge base at their hands. They have the whole world's population, pretty much data at their hands, and regulation is definitely gonna have to come in to figure out how to deal with that, or else companies like OpenAI, if XAI becomes successful, then them. Meta's pushing for AI. It's very interesting. Apple hasn't or publicly announced their AI plans yet, but you bet Apple has plans with AI. Obviously, Google, who has been at the forefront of AI since the beginning, they released Bard a little too late to compete with ChatGPT. So it's going to be interesting to see where it goes. ChatGPT recently, or OpenAI, they had their dev day, and they had a lot of really cool announcements. Again, I geek out on this shit because I just love stuff like this. But
Teddy talk.
So basically now
give a guy a mic. Yo, give a tech guy a mic.
So you have the option now,
Okay.
of building your own custom GPTs. So let's say you want a GPT to specialize in a very specific task.
Correct.
Let's say you're in marketing. You want a GPT to help you build marketing content. And not only that, it's going to use knowledge base from your experiences. So let's say if you feed it your previous scripts that you used or previous emails that you sent, it's going to train on that if you want it to. And it's next time you ask it, hey, write me a response to this or write me an email to this prospect, it's going to write you an email based on your
Previous
interactions and also enhance it in however way you want it to. And so you can build those custom GPTs now, and they're basically launching kind of like a app store. You know how when Apple first launched iPhone and they launched App Store and where people could create apps, they're basically launching their version of the App Store called the GPT Store, where people are going to create their own GPTs and release it, and they can make money off of it, sell it. So that's coming soon. It hasn't been released yet, but it's coming soon. They announced it. And that's also going to open up so many possibilities because now you're also crowdsourcing a lot of what's possible. And not only that, you can create those GPTs. You don't need to code at all. You just basically use natural language. You just type it. You type into ChatGPT, hey, I want you to do this. Okay, now that you're able to do this, I want you to do this a bit better. Or now I want you to kind of change this. Because ChatGPT is also integrated with DALL-E, which is their basically image generation.
Correct.
Using natural language. The possibilities are endless. And I think it's going to make the future very, very exciting. There are, ever since OpenAI announced it, obviously a lot of startups that started since last year after ChatGPT was announced.
I just
Yo,
just checking our watches, sipping on some water, because we're part of Teddy Talks.
God damn.
I need you guys to interact, bro. I can't be the only one talking.
Bro, this guy got so deep. He's gonna start a ChatGPT seminar. My brother.
Honest to God, after everything you said, it just sounds like ChatGPT is like that really close friend you have in high school that just knows everything. He's like, here, just take my
Pretty
word.
much.
And
Pretty
guess
much.
who that was? Teddy Talks.
Bro, did you see? It's like you took him to the candy store with that. Holy crap. We get it, bro. ChatGPT.
Tech there, machine learning.
Yeah.
Nah, but it's pretty cool what he's saying. But taking that into consideration, quick question though. How do you think this impacts education, like our system?
ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Kids are fucked. Yo, like, yo, can you, like, I'm not even joking with you. I used it one time and I was
Yeah.
so scared. I'm like, yeah, I'm back to
So scared of how correct it was? Or
how
its capability?
amazing and the capabilities. I'm like, yo, write me an email to Tom about XYZ. And I did it to the T.
So like, do you think there's two sides to this? One side is obviously that, you can't think for yourself, right? Or
Definitely.
you're limiting in terms of
Yep.
what you should be thinking,
Correct.
throughout the course of time.
Correct.
The flip side to that is it enhances you because now you have all that knowledge and resources available at your discretion. It's essentially like
I
a
think
free tutor, a personalized tutor.
I think anyone that has an open mind and can think for themselves,
Yeah.
that utility will now, or that tool will enable them to have more time to focus on things that matter.
Yep. I think that's key. I think for people who are, let's say, can think for themselves, it's going to make people a lot more productive
Correct.
because it's basically going to add on to your intelligence. But I feel like what it's also going to do to a lot of people is take away their critical thinking skills. So it's going to improve like overall productivity, but it's also going to make you think less critically because you're not thinking anymore. You're just asking ChatGPT, okay, what do I do about this?
Yeah.
How does this work? And you just
How
copy-paste it.
inexpensive is the tool that we purchased? I'm curious. I didn't check.
With GPT-4,
Yeah, so 20
$30 a month,
Yep, that's Canadian. So
Wow.
yeah,
30 Canadian a month. Yeah.
reasonable.
That's
But the
not bad at
amount
all.
of productivity
Yeah.
you get from that, it's unbelievable the value you get.
I'm
for $30.
actually going to tell you by the next podcast, I'm promising myself now, I'm going to use that GPT-4 for a whole week, and I want to see what difference I get.
That'll
I
be
really
an interesting
do.
discussion. Yeah,
That's a topic.
that is
yeah.
absolutely a topic.
How about we all try?
I think it has a lot of potential in sales and marketing
Really?
for sure. Yep.
Yeah, no, I get the marketing side with the logo and all that stuff, but I'm talking to the utility it may have for a salesman. I want to see what it does for that.
So you're only thinking of it from like the chatbot perspective, right? But it also has capabilities where you can build agents. So basically, you tell ChatGPT, hey, I want you to do this, give it a goal. It's going to have AI agents that achieve all the subtasks needed to get to that goal. Not only that, it's going to add more goals to it and achieve those goals as well. So you just give it a goal and just go away.
Give me
It's
an
gonna-
example.
He's just
Here
really
comes the
looking for an
critical
answer.
thinking. Here's critical thinking. Has it made you lazy?
Okay, no,
Okay.
let's say,
Bang.
Let's say,
He's
hey,
going to say something about an email. Watch.
no, not an email.
Okay.
Let's say be like, hey, you give ChatGPT a goal, but I have this prospect. This is their profile. How do I close them? Or you give them a goal to close them or land the deal with them. So it's going to break it down into subtasks. It's going to create goals for itself, whether it's what's involved in sales, let's say. Emailing them, reaching out to them, cold calling them.
Correct.
Keeping that relationship going, so customer relationship management. What else is involved in sales?
Whatever that may be. Okay.
Tell me, what other steps are involved in sales?
Follow up.
Follow up, then?
Proposal.
Then?
Then
What do you need to do to get to the close?
get them on the phone and close them?
And you also need to give them the product, build them the
Okay.
product,
Okay.
deliver the product.
Okay.
So what if,
Yeah.
again, this is not possible yet,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's too far off. You just give it a goal that, hey, close this person on this product, and just give it that goal. It's gonna do everything you just mentioned: prospecting or lead generation, prospecting, reaching out to them, following up with them, and not only that, once they've actually closed the deal, build a product and keep that product up.
What's the difference between regular ChatGPT that everyone can have access to and the subscription that we got?
GPT-4, it's just a better model. It's more intelligent.
Okay.
And now it's faster. They released ChatGPT or GPT-4 Turbo. So it's faster. And you also get other capabilities such as plugins and this and that. We don't have to get into that.
For sure.
We'll spend another hour here.
See, the way you talked about it right now, all these subtasks to any given deliverable and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, this is like, a job for some individual, right?
Yeah.
So when you take that into consideration with AI, people talk about that concept of universal basic income, right?
Mm-hmm.
But do you think with AI, it's going to enable people, with whatever jobs that they have in certain industries to enable them to essentially be richer? Or do you think it's actually going to take away from the job or the labor force?
So the thing is, every innovation has come with it some paradigm shift, right?
Yeah.
There are some jobs that are gone forever, while it creates new industries forever. And I think with AI, it's going to be the same thing. You're going to have let's say I work in tech, right?
Yeah.
There are a lot of developers who use ChatGPT. Let's say if you're like a experienced developer, they use ChatGPT now to be 10 times more productive, because now you can just ask it, hey, give me a script that does this, and you just work on top of that. And so you're a lot faster at what you do. But let's say now you're a junior developer, and now if a senior developer is like 10 times more productive, you don't really need that junior developer anymore. So I'm just using tech as an example, but again, I'm sure there's that exact same kind of
same thing with
happening.
like a virtual assistant, administrative assistant, book this, do that. I think it's very important.
Is there any one industry or segment in the world that you can think of where AI will not disrupt it in terms of taking away its core operation or
food delivery?
Okay.
What if robots take over that one?
Can you imagine if ChatGPT tells the robot to, holy snap.
It's going to be possible.
For sure.
You go next.
See, I was going to say like any creative industry, but even then, like think about, as I mentioned, DALL-E, I think DALL-E 3 recently came out. You tell it, I want an image that does this in the style of this, with these colors, and kind of make it more moody or atmospheric. It's going to give you that. And it's pretty close to what you're envisioning. Nowadays, what you can do a sketch, a rough sketch on your paper, take a picture, give it to DALL-E, be like, hey, make it like a proper image. It's going to make it. So even creativity is kind of being taken away by AI. It can generate music. Yeah, you guys have heard of all those
that Drake and Weeknd remix.
Deepfakes, and then synthesizing different celebrities' voices.
Wow.
So all that's also being taken away. So I'm just like, okay, even creativity, think about it, AI can be creative too. And so
it does bug me because I'm like, shit, what happens to the good old marketing companies? If you can tell AI, well, then it also is like, what happens to the good old lawyers?
Yeah. And I think that is why Elon Musk, I mean, I don't think it's because of the jobs, but Elon Musk has more of a doomsday scenario in his head when it comes to AI, which is why I do find it interesting that he launched XAI.
But I also think maybe it's a way to have enough attention so you can stop everyone from going to ChatGPT and they just follow him.
I mean, Elon Musk was one of the founders of OpenAI.
I know.
Yeah.
He even said it.
Yeah.
But then I think they stole it from her, some shit like that.
No, I mean, he just exited because he wanted it to be, I guess, nonprofit.
Yep.
But OpenAI was taking a lot of investments from Microsoft, and Elon didn't like that, so he's like, all right, I think he just left.
Bill Gates shorted Tesla. He did not like that.
Yeah, I mean, these billionaires have beef, bro.
So look, I think there's one segment that actually won't be impacted by AI, but like I'm trying to think about how it can enhance it or quote unquote replace it, and that's sports.
Can you imagine watching robots?
That's what I'm saying. There is no value in that as of right now. But we need to see human competition. We need to see who is LeBron James versus Steph Curry.
People do that though.
For example,
watch gaming. Now imagine
esports.
It's a game.
Esports is huge.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Esports is a bigger market than I think even NBA.
What?
Yeah. I mean, don't quote me on that, but I know it's huge. It's huge.
Yeah, I've
Did he
seen
say
much
more
bigger
than
than
the
we
NBA?
think it is.
Huh?
Did he say more than the
Yeah.
NBA?
More than
I-
a lot of professional sports. Yeah.
I think you got that wrong, but okay.
No. I'm pretty sure.
The NBA, bro.
All right, hold on. Let me look it
You
up.
know, go look it up. Go look it up. You know, if this guy is right, if he is right, then I believe in Teddy Talks. If he's wrong, all
No,
the
but my question is:
Yeah.
is gaming comparable to sports?
For the new generation, it is.
I don't-
Bro, I look at my cousin.
That's
he's-
another thing that I
Listen,
just.
I look at my cousin. He's either playing Minecraft all day.
or Fortnite.
I mean, he hasn't got to Fortnite yet. He's a young kid still.
Thank God.
He's gonna get to that. But young kids, my cousin, for example, playing Minecraft all day,
Okay.
and then when he's not playing Minecraft, he's watching YouTube videos about Minecraft.
And I don't know what the heck's going on with our future, bro, but good effing luck.
Yep.
Good
But the thing is, I'm
effing
sure
luck.
our parents said the same thing though.
Huh?
I'm sure our parents said.
Yeah,
the same
there's
thing.
always things generation to generation. It's just like seems a more escalated. This.
Okay. So this is the first link again. I haven't done proper
Okay,
research
here
on
we
it,
go.
but the first link says they project that there will be 84 million viewers of esports, higher than the 79 MLB viewers or the 63 NBA viewers.
I do not believe that NBA.
Projected, buddy.
Second, I don't believe the NBA has a lower viewer count than the MLB.
That might have been an old. Oh, this. Is
Yeah, 2002 maybe.
Okay, 2015 projected.
Okay, let me see.
Listen,
2023.
listen, TED Talks. We don't believe in you anymore. Moving on. By the way, I don't know if you know, but there was something that came out a couple years ago, or maybe I'm off by like a decade. But that being said, baby boomers were retiring,
Yeah.
and there's fresh blood coming into the market. So there was a massive concern about who's gonna take the roles of the factory workers, the senior people or the baby boomers that are in grocery stores and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's where I think a lot of replacement's going to happen with robots. And I think you can see it commonly in Tesla. There's so many machinery. Amazon, they literally employ, I know this guy who works at Amazon, and his job is to just take care of the robots.
Yeah. I mean, I think anything at the operational level is going to be streamlined. That's the main purpose of it. And then it kind of goes.
Do you
and
think
up the chain.
accounting to an extent is
It
always
has been. It has been. I mean, there's softwares out there that perform that whole analytical function. So it's like, what's left now?
It's wild. Like
Yeah.
for me, QuickBooks.
Even decision making down to like financial modeling, that's quote unquote been conducted by softwares now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even QuickBooks. Like how do the big four survive? KPMG, Deloitte. How are they even surviving at this point?
Off of boomers. No, but they provide a lot of like auditing, consulting services.
Yeah.
But anyways, update actually.
Mm.
Esports is not bigger than professional sports. It's
Obviously.
projected to be bigger than professional sports.
Come on, give me that.
But the
Give me
gaming
that.
industry.
Give me that.
The gaming industry.
We
is
still
bigger.
believe in going now and doing physical activity. That's right.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you know me. I do like 10 different sports in a year. But yeah.
Wait. Is he a pot at it? Is he a sports at it?
Choose an addiction, my friend, and just stick to it. Yeah.
They call me
Yeah. 20 podcasts a day, 10 different sports every week, plus 15 people to develop a landing page.
How do
believe in
you?
volume. Anyways, yeah. So speaking of that, hopefully we'll see where AI goes. And
Brother, it's going. God.
Yo, he started talking about AI. That was it. Once we gave him the AI, that was it. Yo, all I remember from it is something named Dorothy or something.
No, Dolly, bro. Don't do Dolly like that. Who's Dorothy?
That's the whole thing I learned from this. Someone
Dude,
named
you
Dorothy.
turned Dolly into Dorothy. I like that.
Oh my god. Bro, did you see his eyes? He was like, yo, there's a new thing called Dolly or Dorothy.
I wouldn't be surprised 6 months from now.
all right, it was a fun episode with you guys. Let's not. We'll revisit it.
Do you want to try the outro today? I think you should try the outro.
And with that, Signing off.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in for another episode of OnThree Podcast. I'm Kazi, a.k.a. KB. We got Salvi, a.k.a. Teddy. And we got Naveed, a.k.a.
No.
Nosy Nav.
No. Homework. Find a better nickname.